My quest to review all of the planners continues today. Hi everybody, today I am taking a look at the Shelly planner. She reached out to me and asked me if she could send me one of her planners for consideration. I told her I would love to take a look at it and I will give it an honest review, and she said honest reviews are fine. She shared a coupon code with me. It is not an affiliate link, so if I give you the code and you use it, it doesn't give any kickbacks to me. Not that I think most of you care, but I just wanted to be transparent. But I do have a coupon code for this planner, but I haven't looked at it yet, so I'll share the code at the end of the video. This is from Shelly. It's ashleyshelly.com. She sent me, had a business card in it, little Sour Patch Kid, and then it was a priority mail flat box, and then this is how the planner came. Create your best days. Here's a social media situation, bubble wrap, etc. And then there's a plastic situation around the planner. So currently on the website, this planner is $44.95 plus shipping. And like I said, there will be a $5 off coupon at the end of the video. There are 5 different options, 4 covers. And then for one of the covers, this particular one, you can get a different colored coil and situations, which is what I did because, as my kid likes to say, I am so basic because I love rose gold. According to the website, it runs the calendar year January through December 2019 with a weekly layout. The first thing I'll notice is that the binding is the wire O binding. Many of you who have watched some of my planner reviews know wire O binding is not my favorite, and it's mostly because I don't like how it's open, because I always feel like I fuck it up. But the rose gold, though, this is the first time I've seen a rose gold wire O binding, and I, like my basic ass self, thinks it's fucking gorgeous. And I think the complement of the rose gold with the little metal corner covers here with this floral pattern is like right in my color aesthetic. Like these are colors that I gravitate towards, and they're colors that I would like wrap myself up in. So yeah, it's very appealing looking to me. It just plainly says 2019 on the cover, and it's like a watercolor flower cover. The cover itself that I picked is called Painted Floral with Rose Gold Binding. The cover, according to the website, is a hard glossy cover, size 7.25 by 9.25, including binding. So that's the size including this. The hardboard situation with like a laminate, like smooth cover on the surface, which I'm assuming you can just wipe off like with a cloth. I've had covers like this before. And then the corners are protected with the metal so that they won't bend so easily, which is something that I do appreciate. So this is the front cover, and then the back cover is the same pattern. It just has the Shelly logo and also the metal situations on the corners. Opening it up, on this side we have a pocket, and it's laminated. And it is glued in, and it feels like it's glued underneath this like sticker on the cover, which I feel like makes it feel like secure. I mean, I'm not going to try and rip it, but it does open enough to probably hold a decent sized stack of stuff, but it is fairly sturdy. And then here in the front, we have a zip pouch. It's like one of those slide it closed like that. There's no slider. It's just pushing it closed. Zip pouch here in the front that's hooked in and it doesn't come out. And on the inside of the zip pouch is a set of stickers. Now the stickers are like little round icons, and there are several of them. There's what looks like 12 money stickers, and then 3 grocery stickers, 2 snip like haircut stickers, a vacation sticker, some birthday stickers, movie stickers, yay, anchors. I'm not sure what you'd use the anchors for. Stars, hearts, bows, date nights, and planes. I wonder if you can order these on the website, because I feel like this is a nice little like sampler of stickers, but except for having 12 money stickers, I'm not sure how long they would last. I just took a glance at the website. You can buy these sheets of icon stickers for a 3-sheet pack. It's $5. Now, according to the website, they sell these little budget notebooks and other little notebooks on their site, and that this pocket is sized to fit those. I don't know what size they are because I haven't seen them, but if you have like a May Designs notebook, that would fit nicely. I wonder if the Erin Condren like petite planner would fit in there. The Erin Condren petite planners are just slightly too big, but I'm pretty sure that means that the May Designs notebooks would fit just fine. Here is the cover page. Create your best days, spot for your name. Here is a list of some planner tips. Seems pretty basic. And then a 2019 inspiration board to write, draw, and tape all of the inspiration here for your year ahead. Something really interesting interesting in this planner is that the bottom corner is perforated, so you can tear it off. Now on the website it says the idea, and I think it says it here too, the idea for this is that as you work through the planner, you tear off the corners. That way you know where you're at, like it's a built-in bookmark. That's clever. I like that. I don't know if I would remember to keep up with it or not, but it is clever. It does feel like though when they perforate it, some of the pages got kind of stuck together because of like the way that they were cut. So you just have to be careful when you're turning the pages initially. We have one page of contacts with just name and then a bunch of blank lines, something I actually really appreciate. When you get the contact pages that have like little symbols or like words to tell you like, here's for the cell phone, here's for the home phone number, here's for the email address. Like not everybody has all of those things and it feels like wasted space. This way you can just put whatever information you want and the only thing they're telling you to write is the name. Seems like a silly thing, but I think this is more modern when it comes to contact and address books than I think a lot of the things I see out there. And then a favorite meal ideas sheet with room for breakfast, lunches, and then a lot of room for dinner. That's useful. I also like that they have so many dinners because dinner is, like, for me at least, the place I stockpile the most recipes. 2019 planning overview. So it says, use this space to plan a quick overview of your year, noting important dates, birthdays, plans, etc. And it has the whole year on here. Yearly overview. So it's 2 calendars showing 2019, 2020, 2019 holidays. The holidays on here seem to be like federal US holidays plus some Jewish and Christian holidays. I don't see like Kwanzaa on here or Samhain or any of those. I mean, that seems to be fairly standard in most planners that they show like the Christian holidays, maybe the Jewish holidays and the federal holidays. But I am a proponent of including more religious holidays into the system. I have to throw my little plugs out there every time I review a planner. And then it feels like the divider pages are cardstock. They're not paper. But the cardstock dividers are also perforated to keep that ongoing bookmark. And so we get into January. So here's the divider. It's cardstock. The actual divider part tab is laminated, and the lamination is actually very negligible on the actual page, which is cool. Sometimes with some planners, they laminate them. I mean, I'm glad it's durable, but like they laminate them so deep, it goes into your actual like month. And so when you write on it, it like smears. And that is one of those little things that irritates me. It looks like here, at least, it's only going to impact the notes section. And it's not going to impact it very much. It looks like, let me flip forward to one of these. It looks like the lamination here is so shallow that it only barely touches the notes section, which seems like something small, but it's those quality of life things that like I actually appreciate. And then for your month, the boxes are taller than they are wide, and the printing is like a dark gray. It's not super stark, but it is darker than like a paleness. Very faintly on the background of each of these days is lines. I personally don't care if my planners are lined. I know some people are obsessed with finding planners with lines. So if you're looking for a planner that has lines on the monthly spread, this one is for you. The color here on the monthly spread, there's a lot of it. Like this is all faintly purple. There's the teal that goes around the top here, and then the lines are a light teal. But it's not super frou-frou-y. There's not a bunch of extra shit on here. It's just in like the details that are the colors. And then this looks like a monthly like kind of preview section. A 2-page spread, create the life you love in January. So what do we have? We have, what are you grateful for right now? What are you worried, stressed about right now? What can you do to remove your stress? What creates happiness in your life that you want to do more of this month? What are you going to say no to this month? I like that. Imagine your month ahead, write a few words to describe how you want to feel this month. I like that too, actually. 3 monthly goals, a monthly bucket list, and then your word of the month or mantra. And then you have 2 notes pages. One is just a full page of lined notes. One is 2 columns, which you could also use as lined notes, but there is a column there if you want to make a couple of lists. And then we get to your weekly overview, which is also lined. And this is interesting. It's a horizontal layout. You have notes with 2 columns, a spot for your monthly word. And then for each day, you have a section you can use for timed. Like if you see here, there's like a little spot for time, and then there's lines, and then there's a to-do list with 6 to-dos, a due today spot, and a dinner spot. And if there's a holiday, it says it right here. There's like no frou-frou shit. The only frou-frou shit I would even say is potentially this spot right here. No frou-frou shit, but the color is incorporated through the planner. And that looks like how the entire month goes. This is a fascinating layout to me. It doesn't give you a full day worth of time, Like rather than like an hourly planner where your whole day is listed and you put shit in, you just list, like, I have an appointment at 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, I want to do my nails. At 3 o'clock, I need to pick my kids up. At 5 o'clock, I need to go to a school meeting. Like, so instead of having a bunch of space to fill up, to just decide what times you write in there, like appointments, which I think is really clever. And I do like that there's also a to-do list, due today, and dinner. So this is an interesting layout that I think could be useful for a lot of people who like the idea of an hourly, but like if you, for example, like as an example, if you work, say, graveyard shift, and then you need to get some stuff accomplished in the morning before you go to sleep, this way you can say work at 12 a.m. midnight, and then 8:30 go to Target, 10 o'clock meeting at my kid's school, and then that's your day. You're not dependent on somebody else's idea of what hours in the day are important when it comes to a planner, which is something that's always bugged the shit out of me. It always has bothered me that hourly planners assume that people are active during a certain set of hours of the day. The other thing on that same note is that each day has the same exact layout. There's no like weekend spread or whatever. This is all the same per day, which I appreciate. And then we get into February. It looks like the color scheme is the same every single month. It also looks like there's no repetition of days. So like here, Sunday was February 3rd, but it was still in January. So February actually starts at February 4th. It depends on if you care about that or not. I just figured I'd show you. It looks like this like spread right here with like your goals and whatever else is the same each month. Everything looks the same each month except for changing the actual title of the month. So I'm going to flip through this planner till I get to the end. And something I want to point out too, the actual words of the holidays on here are very, very faint. You could write right across them if the holiday doesn't apply to you, and it probably wouldn't even bother you that much. So that gets us to the end of December and then the beginning of January. And then in the back, you have 5 2-page spreads of lined note pages. None of them have that column divider that's in the beginning of every month. And then on the back is just some information about the planner. And then here is the cover. So before I do anything else, I am going to do a pen test. This paper feels pretty thick. It says the paper is 80 pound. Oh, this is why I don't like wire O binding. I have 3 pens, a felt-tipped pen, the Pilot Extra Fine V Razor Point, a gel pen, the Uniball Signo Light Click Gel Pen, and then the Tombow Dual Brush Marker. These are all pens, either these pens or styles of these pens I use in my planner to see how it bleeds. I'll do it in the front. And as a reminder, I am heavy-handed. So I get the braille from the gel pen, like that raised feeling you get as a heavy-handed person. But as for the paper itself, there's a little bit of shadowing of the brush marker, like the dual brush marker, and a little tiny bit of shadowing of the felt. It's negligible. So yeah, paper is nice. And it's bright white, and it's very smooth feeling. It doesn't have a porous texture to it. It is just very soft and smooth. It's not the buttery silkiness you get with like the plum paper, planner paper, but it is just a nice, smooth, like kind of bristly feeling, bright white paper. So that's nice. This feels reminiscent of A5 size. It's a little bit bigger than A5 size, but it has that kind of half lettery sort of size. And the lines are very small, which means that I think this planner for me, if you have smaller handwriting, I think that this would be ideal for you, especially if you want the lines. I know a lot of people like lines. The size is a little small for my taste because I like a little bit bigger. I have bigger handwriting, so I like a bigger planner. That's why like using rings I've wanted rings to work and they just haven't worked out. There are pieces of this planner that are very interesting to me because they're a little bit different. Like there's just that little oomph that like makes it different. The little perforated corners I think is a super cool idea. And here in the front, there's just some quality of life things that I know people often make like their note pages into in other planners, like the favorite meal ideas. I would have loved to see some sort of a future planning section in the back for 2020. That would have been really nice. Or maybe like an overview for the whole year of this, like where you can take these spreads from every single month and do like a looking back on at the beginning of the planner. That would have been really nice. But I like this because it's pretty easy to digest. If you're not really hardcore into into goal setting or getting something like the Power Sheets or the Inkwell Press Goals Planner, where it's a like in-depth, go fucking ham kind of goal setting. If you want something a little bit more simple that doesn't require so much effort, this is a nice just little like exercise at the beginning of the month that doesn't require too much extra work. You can just sit down with a cup of coffee in the morning and kind of go through it, which I like. I think this is very accessible to people, especially people who don't have the bandwidth or the time or the inclination to do some hardcore goal setting. But yeah, a yearly overview would have been nice at the end. I like the touches on the note pages, the double columns, things like that. And I really think that this weekly layout, while it's not necessarily something I would use because it's not quite my style, I think that this solves some of the problems I've seen with other planners where they either do all of the weekend gets one spot, or the hourly planners that are not really like, I've bitched in some planner videos that some planners just feel like they've made a decision as to this is how you want your week to look, with a condensed weekend or with your hours covering a certain page. And this gives you more flexibility. And that is something that I really appreciate as somebody who worked in grocery stores and had to work like a 3 a.m. to noon shift every day for several years, even after I had kids. There's more color than I prefer in my planners. I like a neutral planner, but I will say that I do appreciate that for all of the color and all of the prettiness, there isn't a lot of like extra frou-frou. You can still put your own stamp on this and you don't have to worry about a bunch of like decoration. I know some people like that, some people don't. That's just something I wanted to point out. Overall, I think this is a pretty cool planner. I think it's pretty great. If it looks like something you would want, I could totally recommend it. And so if you would like to look at these planners, I'll leave everything linked below. And the coupon code that she shared with me for $5 off a signature planner is Cindy5, CINDY 5. That is good through 12/31/18. And I think I'm going to give this one away because I'm not going to use it. So if you would like this planner, I would like for you to tell me in the comments what creates happiness in your life that you want to do more of this month. Tell me in the comments below and I will give this away to one of you picked by random number generation. This video is going live on November 14th. I will have a community post and in the description box of this video, the winner of this going up on November 21st in the afternoon sometime. So watch for that. But like I said, otherwise the code Cindy5 will get you $5 off. And I'd like to thank Ashley Shelly Planners for sending this to me to take a look at. I really appreciate it. If you have other planners you would like me to take a look at, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.